Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I want to talk to you about some of my most favorite, most impressive things I've tried from Sephora lately. A lot of these I bought during the Sephora VIB sale, and I also want to mention some of the ones that were the biggest disappointments to me. Besides that, it's been a few days since I last uploaded, so I want to give you a bit of a life update in this video. So if you're excited, give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I need some lip balm, and this one from Ole Henriksen. I didn't even buy during the Sephora sale. I bought this one before the sale started. And I'm never going to get sick of talking about it. This is so amazing. It's called the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment from Ole Henriksen. I have the pineapple smelling one. This is the butteriest, thickest balm ever, and I love that it comes in a squeezy tube. It feels like one of those nighttime lip treatments, but you can use it day and night, and you don't have to dip your finger in a jar, which is my favorite thing about it. And it just feels so good. As you can see, I did already fill in my brows, and I do also have moisturizer on. So I'm going to start with primer, and this primer that I tried recently from Sephora was very impressive to me. It's the Murad Environmental Shield Multivitamin Clear Coat Broad Spectrum SPF 50. It's actually not a primer, but you can use it as a primer, and that is the way that I have been loving to use it. Not only does this give you the SPF 50, which is amazing, but it gives glow to your face, and it acts as a primer for your foundation products. So I'm going to just rub it in. I'm a little scared because I've used it underneath regular foundations and it works amazing, but today I want to talk to you about something else that has impressed me that I bought at Sephora lately that is also very hydrating. And so I'm scared that it's going to be too many hydrating products all at once, but we'll see. Anyways, if you're looking for a fully clear SPF product that does not feel like sunscreen, I highly recommend this one from Murad. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. It just feels like you just primed your face with something really nice and hydrating, and it goes on fully clear, which I think is amazing. Plus, it has all of those skincare loving ingredients like the vitamins and all of that. As you can see, it doesn't irritate my skin. It's just a fantastic SPF product in my opinion. Another product that I have been extremely impressed by is also an SPF 50 product, this time from Supergoop, the Supergoop Protect Tint SPF 50. This is why I was kind of nervous to double up on the SPF and the hydration, because I wanted to talk to you guys about this one. This Supergoop Protect Tint Daily SPF thing is amazing. I feel like this did go viral immediately after it came out, which to me a lot of time feels like really good marketing campaigns. However, this product is actually that good. Sometimes when things go viral, when they first come out, it feels a little iffy, like you don't really know whether to trust the reviews or not. However, with this one, I 100% agree with everything that it's said about it. I have mine in the shade 24N, by the way, and this one I love because it has amazing coverage. It looks very natural while still covering my retinas. It has that amazing SPF 50. You can layer it up and build up the coverage if you need to do so. But even just one layer, look at how good this side of my face looks already. It's so good. On this side I have a little bit of redness. You'll see it covers it up beautifully. It blends out beautifully with a brush or a sponge. I feel like this SPF 50 from Supergoop is a must-have product this summer season for sure. It is so fantastic. So anyways, while I blend out my foundation, let me give you that little life update I told you about at the beginning of the video, and then we'll go back to talking about some products. The thing is, you guys know I am pregnant in my last trimester, 34 weeks right now, and I had a bit of a scare this past weekend. I have not been feeling myself for the past week or so, which is why you guys have seen me upload less videos, and I kind of blamed everything on the pregnancy which I don't know if I should have, because I've had a really nice, knock on wood, pregnancy so far, right? So I was just feeling exhausted all the time. I had no desire to do anything. I didn't want to film. I was just feeling so fluff, I guess, not motivated at all for anything during the past whole week, right? Which again, I'm growing a human. I'm going to give myself grace. It is what it is. If I don't film X amount of videos this week, it's fine. But then on Saturday night, I think it was, I started feeling really sharp pains and a lot of pressure on the right upper quadrant of my belly, like right underneath my ribs. And I thought maybe baby was like under my ribs and pushing and like making me feel very uncomfortable. So for a few hours I tried to like massage her down because I was just thinking she was like way too high up in there, which was what was making me feel all of that pressure. But it honestly just hurt a lot. And 3 hours after it started, it had not stopped. So I called the OBGYN office. They have like a 24-hour service thing. I explained what was happening and they told me to go to the hospital to get checked out. So at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., my husband and I got to the hospital. I'm going to layer it a bit right here. On my way to the hospital, I threw up a whole lot and I hadn't had anything to eat for hours at this point. My last meal had been like at 4 or 5 o'clock and it was like 1 a.m. Anyways, I threw up everything I had eaten that day on the side of the road on my way to the hospital. And once I got to the hospital, they put me on fluids. They drew my blood to see what was going on. Long story short, I had an infection. My white blood cells were very, very high and they think it was my gallbladder because of like where I felt the pain. But I did get checked on Sunday and they didn't find any stones and they didn't find any swelling, which is amazing. So what they did was put me on antibiotics so that the antibiotics would deal with the infection. They rehydrated me with the IVs and all of that. Let me move on to the next step and then I'll continue that story. This right here, amazing. This is the new Say Beauty concealer. It's called this Lip Tint Concealer Corrector. I love shade 5 and 6, actually both. I'll just use shade 6 because I can't find shade 5 right now. Shade 5 is just a bit more brightening. But anyways, this concealer, amazing coverage, super lightweight, very hydrating, glowy finish, just very, very impressive. I have absolutely been loving it. So back to my story while I blended. When I got to the hospital, besides putting me on fluids and all of that, they started monitoring me and the baby. And they told me that the sharp pains I was feeling were also contractions. So that right there was the scariest part for me because I'm 34 weeks pregnant and she's not quite ready to come out yet, right? So I definitely did not want me having this infection to make her come out early. And I was having contractions every 2 to 3 minutes. They were very, very frequent. And so thankfully with all of the IV fluids and all of that, they started getting spaced out until they finally went away. Thank God. And then I got the antibiotics for the infection and everything turned out well. Everything was taken care of and I am feeling so much better than I was feeling last week, even before I had that episode. I was so restless at night. I kept talking about how I only got a good night's sleep from like 7 a.m. to like 11 a.m. because at nighttime I was not resting. And I guess the main symptom before I even had the pain was the fact that I had no energy. Like I spent the last couple of weeks dragging myself along and I had no idea why. I was just like, baby's getting bigger. She's probably taking a lot more of me than before. But I never thought that it could be something else, you know? Now that I've been treated though, and it's been a couple of days, I am feeling so much more like myself. It's crazy. Anyways, that Say Beauty concealer is on. Take a look right here at what everything looks like. I know I look very shiny. We are going to go in with some powder right now, but we're giving glow, we're giving natural, and we're giving protected because I have 2 SPF 50 products on, which by the way, I feel like ended up working well together. Now, before I powder, I want to talk to you about another product that I have been in love with lately. This I also got during the Sephora sale, and it is from Too Faced, the Too Faced, what are you called, Melting, Bronzing, and Sculpting Stick. I have mine in the shade Chocolate Mousse. This smells delicious. It smells like cocoa, not like fake chocolate, like it smells like real chocolate. This product I have been loving because it has this beautiful neutral to cool tone undertone. So it sculpts and bronzes my skin all at the same time. It has this amazing blendability that I absolutely love, which makes it look very natural. Let's go down here with it and on the sides of my nose. I'm going to blend it out with my Rephr B02, just tapping it right here on the sides of my nose. And let's move on to the forehead. Anyways, you can see how beautiful and natural and easy and fast this blends out. It is a dream to work with. It melts right into the skin. It looks so natural. And for my skin tone, the color Chocolate Mousse is absolute perfection. Let me blend out my cheeks by just tapping the brush on top of where I added it. I feel like that's the best way. Look at that. That looks so good. Perfect. Let me soften the nose contour with the foundation brush. And here is how the foundation is looking. I don't have a setting powder I either loved or hated that I have purchased at Sephora recently. So I want to try something else that is new to me, even though this has been around for a long time. I have heard people raving about it and I purchased it recently. I'm talking about the Lunar Beauty Lunar Versal Setting Powder in Translucent Pink. Here's what the packaging looks like. I have been really into pink translucent powders for the past, I don't know, year maybe at this point. And this one is one that I have not tried yet, but I have heard raving reviews on, so I want to try it. It comes with its own little puff, which I think is adorable. I'm going to make sure my under eyes aren't creased or anything, which I don't think they are, but just in case. And then I'm going to use the puff that came with the powder because it actually looks really good quality, and just go to town. I like to get excess powder out of my hand first, and then now we're going in with the puff and the powder. It seems very, very finely milled, which is definitely already a huge plus for me. And I'm just tapping it right under the eyes and everywhere else where I don't want to be shiny. So upper lip, because we don't want to look sweaty. And the center of the forehead. Okay, I got closer to the camera so you can see what everything looks like once I set it with that translucent powder. As you can see, it is very blurring. My pores have fully disappeared. It's nice and mattifying. The center of the face looks nice and matte, but then I didn't put it everywhere. So there's places that still have a little bit of glow because I did not set them with that powder. Everything looks very nice and very natural, which is definitely what I'm into. And now let's take a break from fabulous products I've tried lately to talk about some that I really have not loved that much. Starting with one that I bought because some of you recommended it to me, and it has unfortunately not worked for me. I'm talking about the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water Mascara. You guys, this I believe is a tubing mascara, and I really like the way that it makes my lashes look when I first apply it. Don't get me wrong, it does look beautiful. However, I have worn this one now 3 times just to make sure it was the mascara, right? I've worn this one now 3 times, and every single time I wear this mascara, I end up with things in my eye. My eye starts crying. It messes up my makeup. I think it's maybe like the little tubing particles slash fibers, whatever it is. There's something that crumbles on me in this mascara formula once I've been wearing it for a little while. It ends up always inside my eye. It is painful, makes my eyes tear up. I cannot use it, which is unfortunate and very sad, but I needed to let you know because I tried this one in one of my Sephora haul videos and my first impressions was it was a lovely mascara. And then a few hours later, I was like, what is in my eyeballs? Wore a couple more times after that, and every time I wore it, I ended up with something in my eyes. So this is just not a mascara for that reason that I recommend, because if it happened to me, I'm sure it happens to a lot of people. And so this is one recent purchase from Sephora that I do not like or recommend. Another product, and this one was a bit of a disappointment. It's not like I hate it, I don't hate it. It just doesn't perform the way I would prefer it to perform, and so for that reason, I don't think it'll become a favorite of mine. And I generally just don't recommend it for people who have skin like mine. It is the Anastasia Balm Stick Foundation. The shade that ended up working best for me is shade number 7. And I have used this one now 3 to 4 times. It is a good, like, natural everyday product. However, my favorite natural everyday products are products that are going to, at the very least, cover my redness. And this does not cover my redness. It is a product that for some reason doesn't build up. The coverage you get at first when you first put it on is the coverage you'll end up getting. Every time I try to layer it or build it just to like add a bit right here on my cheeks so that it covers my redness, it ends up not doing that for me. And it's not a product that sinks right into my skin. Yes, it looks glowy and hydrating on me. However, it's one of those where like no matter how long you've had it on, when you touch your face or if you put your face against anything, you feel it. It doesn't sink in, it doesn't set, and it doesn't build up enough to cover my redness. And so for those reasons, I don't recommend this one. If you're looking for a fabulous, everyday, natural looking stick foundation type product, I would go with the Fenty blurring stick. That one is amazing and it does build up to a medium coverage. So it can cover a little bit more and it's not as like sticky feeling on the face. This just did not work for me. And so I don't recommend it. This next one I've really been thinking hard about because everyone seems to love it and I'm like, maybe I'm the problem. However, even if it's me, even if I am the problem, I do not like this product, and if you have preferences similar to mine, you probably won't like it either. I am talking about the Huda Beauty Gloss, the faux filler gloss right here. I have mine in the shade Sugar Baby, and even though this is not a sticky gloss, because I have to admit it is not a sticky gloss, I don't love it. I feel like it kind of goes on kind of patchy. Let me fully put it on so you can see. Take a look right there. See, I feel like it goes on patchy. It doesn't look even all throughout my lips. The pigmentation kind of is a little split up. This is one of those that can sometimes give you the little glossy strings that look nasty. If you know, you know. And also, even though it's not a sticky gloss, it also doesn't feel balmy. It does feel kind of wet and a little thick on the lips, even though it's not sticky. Also, it immediately starts creating like the butthole lips, in my opinion. See, take a look right here. How it collects on the inner part of your lips. Not attractive. And so for all of those reasons, this is just something else that is new at Sephora that I've been trying recently and that I do not recommend. I just don't think it's flattering, it's not comfortable, and I don't think it looks pretty. So I would definitely skip on this one as well. Definitely still loving the Patrick Ta blush. The shade I got during the Sephora sale is the shade She's the Moment, which is the peachier color of the new 3 shades, and it is beautiful. Take a look right there. You can make it look really nice and subtle like I'm doing today, and I love it this way. Let me go on to this side. And I think today, because I'm going to apply something else on top, I'm not going to use the cream part. I'm just going to leave it at the powder. And you can see right there how beautiful and flattering and peachy this is. It is just an incredible formula, which we've known, right? We've known Patrick Ta has incredible blush formulas, but the colors that he came out with this time around are definitely topping all of the ones he used to have for me. Not too much, and She's the Moment are definitely highly recommended. This next one is a glowy blush, but today I'm going to use it sort of as a blush topper. I'm talking about the Rare Beauty Powder Blush in the shade Joy, and I decided the shade Joy is definitely one of my most favorites of this whole collection. I have a video, I think it was last week, that I uploaded with every single shade tried on, and Joy was definitely my favorite. I asked you guys in the comments. It seems that it was a lot of your favorites too. And so today I'm going to use it sort of as a blush topper type situation rather than all over my cheeks. So take a look right there. I just want to add a bit of glow to the high points of my cheekbone. And I figured Joy would match really nicely with the Patrick Ta blush as well. So take a look right there. We have glow and color on the cheeks now, and I don't feel like the texture looks very enhanced. So I love it. I'm back with my eyes done, and I did my eyes for an Instagram reel type video, but I will tell you what I used because I loved it. I just didn't film it for this video because it's not related to Sephora things I've tried. Unearthly Cosmetics sent me their Spring Magic palette. Take a look at how beautiful this palette is right here. Clearly, I used the colors at the bottom. This one was in my inner corner right here. I'm obsessed with the way that this look came out. It is so pretty, and I do think I have a discount code with Unearthly Cosmetics now. I'm going to put it on the screen because I don't remember it or if I do, but I think I do. I need to check my email. It's probably Patty10. Anyways, the formulas in this palette, you guys, are so incredible. I'm so happy that they sent this over and that I got to try it. The shimmers are creamy. The mattes blend like a dream and they're nice and pigmented. I can't wait to continue to play with this one. Use some of the stronger shades right here and see how those go. But the ones I tried today, 10 out of 10. Beautiful. For my lips, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Icon Baby, which is also a recent acquisition from Sephora that I have been loving. And I think it's going to go really well with the next product I want to talk about. So here's that lip liner on, and the last product I wanted to talk about, which I tried and I have been loving, is from Armani Beauty. This one right here. This is the Armani Beauty Prisma Glass in 02. On the Sephora website, it looks like it's going to be a clearish product. So it really threw me off when I saw how solid the color looks on the tube. However, once you put it on, it goes back to that clear-ish look that it had on the website. It's kind of like a lip balm oil type product. It feels very comfortable on. It looks very glossy on the lips. Nice and juicy, but also very lightweight, and I have been thoroughly enjoying this one for sure. So finally, take a look right here at the finished look with all of these Sephora products that I have been loving lately, and I'm glad I got to update you on the ones that just haven't worked for me as well, and also give you a little life update because again, last weekend, a little stressful, but everything is fine now. Anyways, I love you all so much. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, if you're interested in getting any of the products I used today, the links are in the description box as per usual. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.